Okay, so today we're doing a deep dive into a product that's been, well, pretty much all over the internet, this toilet cleaning powder called Fizz Clean.
Mm.
A lot of you sent us the ads, the websites, and we've been looking at the sales pitch versus, the actual verifiable data.
Or the lack of data.
Exactly. So our mission here is to just unpack the marketing playbook. We want to move beyond the hype and see what information is actually there, and maybe more importantly, what isn't.
And just a quick reminder before we jump in,
Yeah.
this is all educational commentary. We're focused on consumer transparency, not giving out medical or cleaning advice.
Right. Okay, so let's get into the sales strategy. The core promise is, it's really tempting.
The ultimate low-effort solution, right?
Totally. You sprinkle in this powder, it has this big fizzy reaction, and supposedly you can just skip the scrubbing completely.
And it's not just for basic stuff. They claim it tackles everything.
Everything. Odor, bacteria, and the really tough problems like lime scale and rust. And of course, there are those, urgency timers on the website and bundle offers to sweeten the deal.
That low-effort appeal is, it's absolutely the engine here. But this is where we have to connect it to the bigger picture, to the actual chemistry.
Okay.
Rust and limescale, these are mineral deposits. They're notoriously hard to get rid of. So the scientific question that comes up right away is, can a simple, short-lived, fizzy reaction, can it really generate the power needed for a deep clean on something that stubborn?
I think that's the key question. And for me, what was genuinely surprising was the lack of transparency, especially when it comes to the ingredients.
Or the lack of ingredients, I guess.
Yeah, you can't find them. Our sources all confirm there's no clear ingredient list, no public safety data sheet, nothing.
Instead, you just get these really vague terms.
Oh, yeah, like advanced chemistry or industrial grade power.
Right, and that's a critical point for consumer trust. I mean, a basic safety data sheet and SDS, that's your playbook for a chemical product.
That tells you what's actually in it.
Exactly. What's in it, how to handle it, what to do if you spill it. When a product that talks about industrial grade power doesn't provide that, you as a consumer have zero way of knowing what you're bringing into your home.
And if the science is murky, the instructions are not much clearer. We saw different sellers giving conflicting advice on how long it takes. Some say 10 minutes, others say you need 20 minutes, maybe even longer to get any results.
But we really have to address the most serious claim they make, which is about disinfection.
Right, killing germs.
Yes, and there's a huge legal difference between cleaning, which is just removing dirt, and verifiable disinfection, which means killing germs effectively.
And you need some kind of official registration for that, I assume?
You absolutely do. In the U.S., you'd be looking for an EPA registration, some kind of independent lab certification. Our sources point out there's no mention of any of that.
So you can't really rely on it as a disinfectant.
You can't. Without that legal verification, you're just cleaning. They get to save a lot of time and money by skipping that step, but you, the consumer, you lose the guarantee that it actually does what it claims.
So then how does all that shiny marketing stack up against what people are actually experiencing?
Well, the user reports paint a very different picture. A lot of disappointment, really.
Like what specifically?
People consistently report weak foaming, so not that big explosion you see in the ads, and minimal impact on the tough stains like rust, which was, the whole selling point.
I also saw a lot of confusion over the pricing, with the bundles always changing and then delivery delays.
And probably the most frustrating part is the refund process. People report having a really hard time getting in touch with anyone to get that 30-day guarantee honored.
So if we put this all together, what does it mean? The analysis suggests the whole Fizz Clean playbook is really about sales psychology.
I think so, yeah.
It leans so heavily on urgency and these massive promises to, I guess, distract you from the fact that there's no clear labeling, no ingredient list.
And no independent performance data to back any of it up.
Right.
Which leaves us with a final kind of provocative thought for you to consider. When a product promises to solve your hardest problems with basically zero effort, where does your critical thinking baseline sit?
At what point should we demand more?
Exactly. At what point should transparent ingredient lists and independently verified data, not just powerful marketing words, become the absolute minimum expectation for everything we buy?